Have you ever wondered how House Mormont, a relatively small house in the north, obtained a Valyrian steel sword? Well, I'm not going to bait you in like that because I can't give you that answer because we don't know yet. But what I can give you is the complete history and lore behind the sword itself. So welcome to part 3 of my History of Swords. Longclaw is a Valyrian steel sword, but it's also known as a bastard sword or a hand and a half sword. That means its size is somewhere in between a long sword and a great sword. It has ripples on the steel itself, which shows it's Valyrian steel. And of course, we can't forget the bear on the pommel, the sigil of House Mormont. Now, unfortunately, we don't know a lot about this sword prior to the main series. We know that it's been in House Mormont for over 500 years. But honestly, that is really impressive considering House Mormont are a relatively poor house. They don't have a lot of men. The Iron Islanders and even some wildlings cause trouble on the island. So the fact that House Mormont have held onto this sword for over 500 years is impressive. When Jorah joined the Night's Watch, he gave Jorah the Valyrian steel sword. But we all know what happened to Jorah. He married a Hightower, he tried to give her the fancy lifestyle, he ran out of money, so he ended up selling some poachers into slavery. That is a big no-no in Westeros, so when Ned Stark found out and came after him, Jorah left. But he did have the dignity to leave the sword behind. Mage Mormont, his aunt, then sent it to Jorah Mormont at the wall. But Jorah didn't use it as it reminded him of his son. Now when Jon saves Jorah's life, he burns down the Lord Commander's quarters. And that's when he finds the sword in the ashes, but the hilt has been damaged, it's been melted, so he sends it away to get fixed. But it comes back with a wolf's head instead of a bear head on the pommel. And that's when he gives it to Jon Snow. But the show never did that, they just kept it as a bear pommel, but yeah, in the book, it's a wolf pommel now. Since then, Jon Snow has carried it around, he's used it on certain individuals, and it's been his ever since, yeah. Jon's not used it against the Walkers or the others yet, but when the next book comes out, we will see. And yeah, that's the history of Longclaw.